Is up, everybody? We are back for another episode of the JNS Philly Sports Stop. I'm your host, as always, Stephen Rychel, being joined this afternoon, this evening, however you want to look at it, with my good friend Justin Fiorillio. Justin, how are we feeling today, my brother?
Well, it's always good, Steve, to be in Phillies midseason form already. So, other than that, blessed and it's a beautiful day out here today. Went out, enjoyed the weather, and doing great. How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing great, and as always, every episode here on the JNS Philly Sports Stop is brought to you by Fight Wax. Fight Wax is the ultimate skincare defense for athletes of all walks of life. Helps create cuts, swelling, scrapes, and abrasion, rejuvenates and restores stress skin. Customers have used for soreness, stiffness recovery, designed for athletes of all active lifestyle. Provides an ultra silky, non-greasy feel, deep hydration for everyday skin care. Helps fight dry skin. Customers have used for skin disorders such as eczema, psoriasis. And make sure you guys, when this gets out here, you get that Fight Wax soap. You show my guys over there some love, and also make sure if you do get over there and you grab something, you're also showing us some love over here. Use that code South15 FW when you're checking out. And as you were saying, we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about today. There's always craziness going on, and as you were talking about, the boys are already in midseason form. The fans are already in midseason form because we've already booed the superstar of the team, Bryce Harper. Obviously, struck out with no outs and the bases loaded.
Yeah, Steve, the team's hitting 186 to start the year. How's that for a stat for you?
Listen, I'm not saying nothing. It's freaking we're in March. We're in March. We're not even.
I know. 3 games in, but 186 is not good. And we'll talk about the Phillies when we talk about them, but it's not a good sign. I'll start with that.
Yeah, I mean it's
sign.
not. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I mean,
Right,
we're 3 games in. Like it's like
right.
we're not expecting them to come flying at the gates and scoring 10, 15, 20 runs. It just doesn't happen in this day and age. I mean, it happens, but it's not like you. I'd say this every year, especially when you have the World Baseball Classic and the way it works out. This is the reason why I say stuff like this is because there's no continuity with what's going on. They're just I get it. It's fun. You're playing for your country. You're representing your country. But when you get back to your team, a lot of times you see this where they're not hitting the ball right. They're not pitching right, etc. It's not uncommon for you rev it up to this certain level, then you get back to your team, you get lackadaisical on things, and this is kind of the result of it. I'm not gonna blame this is what I'm not gonna blame it all on that, but like it's one of those factors that I think plays into it at the end of the
Oh
day.
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I'd be interested to see the statistics, like because baseball's a numbers game, right? Like, go take some baseball nerds and put together statistics. Actually, if they improve or decrease, like players that play in the World Baseball Classic and then start the season. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be curious to see as a whole what that number is.
So he wants to know if you see his, hey there.
We see you. We see you, brother.
You see all the comments. If most of the times, if it's relevant or not, we pull it up. We make sure we acknowledge it. If we're in the middle of a little rain or tangent, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't always come up. But
Yeah.
I'll flash it up there. Make sure you guys know. So
Yeah.
what's up, my friend? Appreciate you tuning in today. So did get a interesting note. Obviously, won the first game of the season, and Jace Stark came to us with this. What seems an impossible stat. Did you know that Johan Duran became the first Phillies reliever to earn a save at home on opening day?
Wow, that just seems like impossible because of all the chances you'd have at it. It's like every year there's an opening day. A lot of times it's at home, and it's just crazy that that's the first time. It's crazy.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it is. No, it really is. And what's crazy is just talking about game one. Like Sanchez struck out 10, and the bats. We were hitting the home runs and stuff, and but the thing is, a lot of the runs just came on home runs and stuff. It's like it was almost like a sign like that the hitting was, but it was good to get the win. Obviously, great to get the win, but we got to play games more like game one and not games 2 and 3. So
Yeah, I mean, it's the bats again. That's all
yeah,
you can say. It's the
yeah,
bats. I mean, granted, well, game three, you lose. What was it? What was it, like 8-3 or something like that?
yeah.
You don't foresee games like that, and they don't happen that often.
No, no, yeah, yeah. And game two was just, I mean, that was crushing to have that like come back, and then like the rally fell short, and just like that wild pitch, and like it was just wild. So, you know,
Just shoot me a message, brother. We'll see if there's something we can work out, my friend. Shoot me a
yeah,
message.
absolutely.
Um, if you don't see it, the X handle, the TikTok handles right underneath my name. Just it's real easy to find me, my friend.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean it's rough. But cool thing that Duran gets it done, gets that first save in there. But going from that to the other news that came out this weekend is just wow. And I don't know if people have seen what's going on, but Alec Bohm is suing his parents,
mm.
and apparently they funneled about $3 million out of his accounts.
I
And
don't know if I've ever heard of anybody suing their parents for anything. Not, this is wild, man. This is the most Philly story ever.
the most Philly is that what you just said? The most Philly story ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though Bohm's not, I don't know where he's from actually, but just he plays for the Phillies and he's in Philly, and it's just funny, man. So,
What's
so
up, Eddie? Eddie's in the
hey,
house. I
what's up,
didn't
Eddie?
ignore you, brother. I said just shoot me a message. Shoot my handle is right underneath my name. You can find me on X. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. Just hit me up, brother. I don't ignore anybody. The only time I ignore people is when they're absolutely ridiculous, and sometimes I make an example out of people. So I don't ignore anybody. But yeah, Alec Bohm suing his parents. They funneled $3 million out of his accounts.
Yeah, how's
Man,
that Thanksgiving dinner gonna go?
his dad was bad, right?
Yeah, 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 really. This is wild, man. How's Thanksgiving dinner gonna go? They're gonna yell at Bowman and be like, "You keep giving up plays at third base," and they're gonna be like, "Well, you stole all my money," and it's gonna be awkward, man. It's just gonna be.
I don't think there is going to be a Thanksgiving, a family Thanksgiving
Yeah,
dinner.
like are they trying to I wonder like how I'm not trying to get into his personal business, but like it's a personal thing. It's like you're suing your parents, man. It's like you have so many questions as like a natural instinct to be like, well, what's like that's just a weird dynamic, you know? It's wild stuff, man.
It is wild. It
We
is
got a lot of
wild.
commenters today. What's going on? Whoa.
You take the comments, bro.
No, we
Bro, we
appreciate
already waved our hand. What do you want us to wave our hand for again?
wave your hand or unsubscribe.
That's what you want to do. Be my guest, man.
We have commenters holding me hostage now.
You got a gun to my head. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Wave your hand or you're dead.
So, but yeah, like, listen, it's not an easy thing to do. And then when you're an athlete and you're having, dad, mom, family members take care of stuff like that, and that's why they tell you to get, real business people involved, is because of situations like this. And you still have business partners that oh, I'm gonna die. You unsubscribed. What am I going to do? I mean, come on, people. Are you serious with this? But it just brings on this thing like there's really no one you can trust in life. There really is.
No.
If you're Alec Bohm and your parents did this, how hard is that next business partner, business relationship is going to be for you? Because you're going to have that back in the head, like, is this person fucking me?
Yeah.
Or
Really.
is he going to be like moving forward? Is he going to be like, the ultimate penny pincher. He needs every dollar cent account, everything, accounted for, unless he knows X, Y, and Z that he's gonna.
Yeah, really. I'd be curious to know if this story ever happened in like other sports in history too, or like other situations similar to that too. It's crazy, man. It's just really crazy to have to sue your own parents. But listen, $2 million is a lot of money,
Three.
and
Three.
and he has every right if there's some.
The moose is loose.
The moose is loose, and he found his way onto the J&S Philly Sports Stop.
Yeah, wait for the wife to get done work here.
Moose, we were just talking about how I have full faith the Sixers are going to win the championship this year.
No, you're not. How are you lying to this dude? Trying to get
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
well,
I know how to
actually,
trigger Moose.
you were talking about
are you-
Alec Bohm and suing his parents because they stole $3 million.
He's suing his parents right now.
well, good for him. Phillies are, three when they lose 2 out of 3 to start off. Way to go, fellas. Way to go. Same shit as last year. And I'm not surprised.
Listen. You think that was bad, right? Wait, I got to show you something. I showed it to to Justin. Yo, just so everyone knows, the fans are spreading the love, and they are in mid-season form because it was going down at Citizen Bank Park this weekend.
Whoa! That guy.
Yeah,
he made it to third base. All right, let's just say that much.
He was a happy fella that day.
Yeah,
he was a happy fella that day. It didn't
he
matter.
actually made it. He made it to home base. He made it to home base.
I saw that. That was pretty good. I've never done nothing like that. I was tempted a couple times, but
Yo, let me ask you guys this, because that's gonna bring me to this one. What's the craziest freaking thing that you've ever seen happen down the tailgate, whatever? Because this is not the first time a Phillies fan been involved with something like this. We remember Captain Finger Blaster from last season at Yankee Stadium, right? So what is the craziest thing that you guys have seen along these lines that's happened at a tailgate, at a game, etc.? Start off with the Moose on this one. You've been to more games than Moose.
well,
oh God, are you sure you want to know this answer?
well,
I absolutely want to know this answer. Why not?
The craziest thing I've done, or the craziest thing I've seen.
It don't have to be. Well, you don't listen. You got.
I can't say what I did. The authorities might come after me, man. I don't know how.
Knowing that happened, etc. Like, what's your crazy story on this?
Well, there's so many, and they all happened at Veterans Stadium. So when I was younger, so one thing I always remember is up at the 700 level. It was an Eagles game. These dudes, I saw these cops coming up to the very last row. Remember at the vet, it was up against the wall, and then the lights hung over. I'm like, where are these cops going? And there's a ladder and a hatch, and they're going up there. And next thing you know, so we're like, where the hell are they going? They drugged 3 guys down. 3 guys somehow got up on that hatch, up onto the lights, and were hanging, throwing shit off the light. You talk about balls, dude.
Dude, that's pretty high up there.
A right proper wind gust will send you going the other way.
One wrong move, man, and you're done.
Exactly.
So we were cheering as they were bringing them down individually.
Yeah,
and we were cheering. So I said, "That's nuts, man." That was pretty one of the. And why was the latch? Why was that hatch? How'd they get in there? Shouldn't have been locked.
Yeah, man. I wish I got to have more. I wish I had memories of Veterans Stadium. I grew up with the link, so
I stole some stuff from there. I got a big piece of the vet in my garage, big hunk of rock.
Oh yeah, my dentist has one of the chairs in his office, like in the lobby waiting room. Like he has a chair from with all the pictures on the wall and stuff. It's pretty cool. So
just stay away from the turf, people. Just stay away from the turf. That's all I got.
Oh yeah, well that's no good. Yeah, that's the C word. A lot of guys got the C word out of that.
Yes, sir. So, what about you, Justin? Moose gave us this crazy story. In the likeness of the graphic I pulled up. What is the craziest thing you've seen going down at a tailgate?
Well, I might have seen some of that. What you showed in the graphic happened at a few tailgates. There's no one ever took pictures of it, but in all seriousness, I know Moose has a lot more stories, and I got a lot of stories. But probably one of the craziest things that kind of recently happened this last November at the Lions game in Philly was Gilly the Kid just pulled up to our tailgate, with his whole crew in the Gilly mobile, And it was like, it wasn't just like he just pulled up for 1 second and drove off. Like he hung out for like hours with us. Like he parked his thing there and was playing music and taking pictures and meeting fans and partying and stuff. And he brought the Broom Man and JoJo and all them. And I know not everybody might know who Gilly the Kid is, but I know in Philly lore and stuff, everybody kind of our fan base, we know who Gilly. So as a fan, I thought that was really cool because like he just came and hung out with the fans and stuff. So definitely that. But obviously, can't ever forget mentioning this was the Black Friday game on Amazon Prime doing push-ups against Hall of Famer Tony Gonzalez. So that was I was standing. So Jason Kelsey was actually doing his New Heights podcast on the one side of the parking lot, and Amazon Prime was doing their crew with Richard Sherman, Whitworth, and all them, and Gonzalez on the other side. And I was just hanging out there a few hours before this all happened, and their producer had a headset on. He was just standing there, and I was literally right place, right time. And he was going up to fans asking like if they'd be down for these little challenges they were going to do with the panelists. And he was like, "You want to do kettlebells with a kettlebell walk with blah, blah, blah." And they're like, "You want to do with Tony Gonzalez?" And I jumped right in, and I'm like, "Dude, I want to do that." And he took my number. He said, "Be back here at 1 o'clock," and went on TV and got to do that. So between that and Gilly the Kid, those are definitely like the top, maybe top two, or at least up there. But if I have more time to think about it, there's always a lot more fun stories. So
yeah, I mean, I got one for. I'm not scared like you guys on that one. Like so. Along the line of that graphic I was showing you, I had this girl that was doing what she was doing, and then when she got done, like she just started crying. I'm like, I don't know if she had a dude or something like that, or anything like that. She just, got all upset. So I don't know if she was in her feelings or whatever. Just realizing,
whoa.
She was so so in the moment. She did what she did, and now she's got to deal with the consequences of it. But
don't be sad, be glad. That's all I got to say.
I mean, I was fine. I got
you were happy. I know that much.
He was just, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I know you were happy.
I did steal a beer sign from the vet. I still down in my basement. It's a Miller Lite sign. It says 2 beer limit. Guess how much the beer was priced for? You'll never believe this.
$2.
Well, a little bit higher than that. $5.75.
Wow.
$5.75.
Nowadays it's $30 for a beer.
That's how old that was. But they served them they were drafts.
Yeah.
They weren't in can. They were like 12-ounce drafts. So you were spilling them all over the freaking place. That's why they quit doing that, because people were throwing them.
Let me ask you a question. Is it true that they had the court in the basement of Veterans Stadium? They had a court?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I used to think, when I was a kid, I used to think it was a myth, and then I realized, no, it is serious, because it actually made more sense the more I thought about it. Like, with all the shit that would go down there, they needed to just prosecute people right away, I guess, if they felt like so.
Yeah. Judge Seamus McCafferty, he was the judge. That was his court.
That's crazy.
In the basement of the vet where all the rats were.
That's crazy. Moose, did you ever go down there to that court?
Absolutely not. I was well behaved. I'd never done anything wrong there.
Well, guess what? I hate to break your bubble. They have the court now with the link, and you have an appointment at 1 o'clock next Wednesday. They want to talk to you.
Okay. I wasn't there that day. It wasn't me. I was in Hawaii.
All right. Well, you got court in Hawaii on that day.
That's my alibi.
Yeah, but awesome. That's a pretty interesting story, Stephen Moose. Respectfully, each of your stories.
So, I guess the next one is the announcement that came out today about the Philadelphia Wings are ending operations after the 25-26 season. They made kind of a full little press release following this upcoming season. We have made the decision to cease operations of the Philadelphia Wings franchise under the Comcast Spectrum core portfolio. Not easy conclusion to reach. It's not one it's one we consider with great care since the Wings reestablishment in 2017, return to the turf in 2018. Team has proudly carried on the Philadelphia's rich lacrosse tradition, which is absolute BS because the old Philadelphia Wings won title after title after title.
Right.
I digress.
Jake Berge played. Bill Berge's son played on the original Wings.
At the highest level, we hope that you will join us and continue to root for our players that they pursue new opportunities throughout the league on behalf of leadership team players and countless others. We've who have been impacted by the Wings franchise over the years. We thank you. We truly could not have built this community without you. We recognize that news may come as a disappointment, but we express how grateful we are in the steadfast dedication of our team. Your support has been central to the identity of the Wings and has meant more than we express. Thank you sincerely for your passion, commitment in the community to help build the Philadelphia Wings lacrosse.
Who owns that anyway?
Huh? I don't
Who
know.
owns them?
I really don't.
It's
Isn't
the
this
union.
second time?
Yeah.
They went out of business last time too. They remember they went away and came back. Am I right or wrong on that?
Well, you got to remember, what was it like during the 90s? Like they were the lacrosse team. They had won championships, and yeah, they did disappear for a period of time. I don't know if it was funding issue or just whatever happened. And then, as it said in the press release, you came back 2017, 2018, but they weren't even good this time around. So it was kind of rough to watch. So, I mean, let me get your thoughts on this, Moose. Like, what is going to be your ultimate, Philadelphia Wings memory?
Well, here's the memory. It has nothing to do with the game itself. That was one of the first places me and my wife went out on a date. Like maybe it was our second date, and we drank these Yarders. Irish Amber was called, and we had a good time. I don't even I think I paid attention to half the game, but I remember Jake Berge was playing. But that's Jake Berge. I associate Jake Berge with the Wings of the past. Winning championships.
Mm-hmm.
If like people out there don't know who Jake Berge is, he's the son of Bill Berge. God bless his soul. Eagles defensive. Bill Berge was a linebacker, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was a linebacker. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was under Dick Vermeil. He played for Dick Vermeil. Was he? I think he played for the Super Bowl '80 team, if I'm not mistaken. I think
he was on the '80 team, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually and I like Bill Berge. He was from Delaware, or he lived in Delaware, and he had a place called Stanley's Tavern, up in North Wilmington. And me and him I sat at the table with him one night and had beers with him. There was some Eagles function going on. This is back when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
But for Philly, I'm getting off topic. But with the Philadelphia Wings, that's kind of my only really memory is second date or something with my wife and Jake Berge. So.
What about you, Justin? Any memories? Do you care at all?
I care about it. I mean, I'm not a huge lacrosse fan, but I like to see professional of any type of sport. You can try to make it call professional, whatever. I like to see more sports in the Philadelphia market. I don't know anything really about the Wings history too much. I don't. I'm not going to.
Like I said, that was before your time. That was first starting to get into Philadelphia sports. The Wings were the only championship team we had in town. So, I get the nostalgia to it, but if they're ceasing operations, players are going to be going elsewhere. Listen, all it's going to do is going to make room for the WNBA team in 2030. Let's be honest. I
can't get into that.
Only so much that you could put on down in that sports complex, and if the Wings aren't getting it done, if they're not, they're not packing the house, selling seats, getting fans excited, then maybe it is time to move on. And
you remember the Philadelphia Soul? Bon Jovi and Ron Jaworski.
Yeah, Bon Jovi, Ron Jaworski. Yeah. Coffee Jones, who people don't remember, is that Ron Jaworski's manager was also a partner of that franchise as well.
That was Arena Football, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Do you guys want? I mean, Arena Football is a dying kind of sport. Do you guys want Arena Football back, or is it still does it still kind of exist in Philly? I'm trying to think.
No,
no, it doesn't. No. So, do you guys want it back?
I mean, you got the UFL that is going on right now. Hey, I mean, Greg Ward had a big touchdown. Greg Ward Jr. had a big touchdown this past weekend. So, I mean.
Yeah, but they play in Alabama or Arkansas or whatever. That's where all the games are.
What's wrong with that? They don't have professional football down there. They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Philadelphia Stars.
You're getting expansion teams in the NBA in a few years. You're getting
that's all they need.
WNBA in a few years. But there's places where you have pro sports that doesn't have anything. Like Indiana doesn't have nothing.
Notre Dame football in Indiana.
Football, technically.
Notre Dame football. That's
I guess this year they have Indiana.
I said professional teams.
Pacers. You got the Pacers.
Well, Pacers never won a championship, actually.
No.
But they they get close. Yeah, they were in like
yeah.
a
But I
final.
mean, there's plenty of states, cities, etc. that doesn't have professional sports. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, here's something to wrap your head around. Las Vegas didn't have anything going on in the state of there outside of gambling, hookers, and pro boxing.
Well,
Then the
reason
UFC came. Then all of a sudden, after the UFC blew up
boxing,
then they got hockey. Now they got football. They're going to have baseball real soon, and they're getting basketball at some point in time in the next few years as well. They've gone from having no professional sports to having all of the big four.
And that's a great segue. I don't want to take up but how many sports in America in history here like have the 4-for-4, like have the four major sports?
Not a lot. It's not as many as you think. Like obviously your big cities, like New York, Miami, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, they all typically have all four of the big sports.
Yeah, Boston.
Yeah.
Well, you know who doesn't? Baltimore only has basketball.
There's a solid six. There's like a six of them that we can like
baseball.
Definitely, we off the top would have all four probably. It's like the New York, the LAs, the Phillies, the Chicago.
That you can say like Boston, New York, Philadelphia, and let's just say Florida in general, right?
Yeah, Florida got everything.
Oh, yeah.
So
I always thought that was stupid that you had ice hockey in Florida. How stupid is that?
But it's not. I mean, dude, they, since their inception, they have been relevant.
Very relevant.
Yeah, Tampa Bay won a couple championships. You
can make a case that Florida is like the hockey state, like a championship.
No. See, that's right.
Not the hockey state, not the hockey state. I'm saying, but how many Stanley Cups did they win in the last so many years?
They won a couple.
Because that they have a winning team now doesn't mean it's a hockey state.
No. I'm not saying history.
State.
I'm saying
it is. Go and look and see how many professional football players have come out of the state of Florida. Go, please. Yeah. Go Google it.
Florida is pro wrestling,
blow your
NASCAR, and football. That's what Florida is. Wrestling, NASCAR, and football. That's Georgia, actually. I'm talking about Georgia, really. To be honest with you.
Now, I know we kind of switched to the Wings killing their franchise. Well, you talked about this last week, Moose, and I wanted to give you an update. Here's all the collectible hat, the helmets that they're gonna have with the Schwarber inspired ones, and you got plenty of options. And obviously, the special one's gonna be the All-Star Game one in the middle, but you got your blue, you got your old school, Philly one in there. You got the Fanatic in there. So you got a couple little options in there, Moose.
Yeah, I got a Fanatic one. I don't know. They're in my kitchen in a drawer somewhere. I don't know. But what's that? Probably $20 ice cream helmet.
Probably.
Yeah. It's about this much. I can eat in one scoop.
I don't know about that. That looked like it was over. No, you're right. You're probably right. It's probably.
I can eat that in one scoop. That'd be going in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Boom. Done. $20 out the door. That's that.
Afterwards, there's a hot day. Moose is going to find, Mr. Softy.
Yeah, that's right. Mr. Softy. Can't beat Mr. Softy, man. Dude, I still run outside if I hear him. Hey, there he is, man. Give me a couple bucks.
They get bad once the weather breaks, man. They just like park out of the weirdest spots and just like it's like
they do.
Break, man.
Yeah.
We got kids. They driving us nuts.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. They go hide in parks and shit. Yeah.
I just wanted to give you an update on the helmets for that because I knew you were talking about it.
Well, they go way back when I was a kid. Those helmets. I mean, I remember as a kid. I probably have some at my dad's house from when I was a kid. They've always done that.
All right, so we were talking about crazy moments. I'm going to pull up a crazy question for you, right? None of us are season ticket holders or anything like that, so I'm gonna pull this one, right? So there's this door, and it is surrounded by multiple freaking snakes. Behind said door is unlimited Eagles tickets on the other side of that door, right?
Nope.
What are you doing? Because I don't know if you noticed, there at least 2 of the snake heads are facing towards you, right? So I'm gonna get it out right out of the way right from the gate. And listen, I'm torpedoing the door. I'm getting a full head of steam and torpedo on the door. That's what I'm doing.
And you just better hope you catch them off guard and they don't grab you.
Doesn't get a hold of me or
Wow.
bite me or anything like
Are
that.
you allowed to have? Can I do the Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark thing where I dump gasoline and light them on fire?
But then you burn down your opportunity to get the tickets.
All right. Well, let me tell you something. I hate snakes. I'm scared to death of snakes. That's my kryptonite
on this one, right?
That's my kryptonite. If the snakes, I'm not even going nowhere near it, dude. I can't. I'll freeze. That's my kryptonite. All right, Moose gave his weakness. My weakness.
So Moose wants to burn the whole house down because of that. What about you, Justin?
Well, I'm trying to. So we're also assuming in this situation we can't leave and come back with something, right? Or we could.
It doesn't. The graphic does not specify. All it really says is unlimited tickets are behind the other side of that door. What are you doing? Doesn't say you can't leave. Doesn't say you can't bring anything back. Doesn't
I'm
say
nightmares about this now.
All right, I got a wild theory.
Some legendary animal trainer and have him take care of the snakes for you. All it says is, what are you doing to get on the other side of that door?
Oh, I got an idea. I know what
I have an idea too. My idea might not work. It probably won't work, but here's my idea. I'm going to take a piss in the corner of that room, that thing, okay? And I'm going to try to distract the snakes, and they'll go to that, okay? And they'll think it's like maybe they'll think, I don't know what they'll think it is, but they'll go to it. And then once I have them distracted, I go and open the door.
Okay, I didn't know they liked pig.
I'm not saying they do or don't, but I'm taking a chance and hope that maybe they do, and they get distracted to it, so then I can just go in safely.
I'm going to be a jerk. I got an idea now that we're thinking about it. What I'm going to do is find somebody I don't like, tell them, hey, there's Eagle tickets on the other side of that door. I want to get close enough to the snakes. I want to come up, run, knock him into the snakes, let the snakes, eat the dude, and I'll go through the door and get my tickets.
Let the snakes eat the dude, you just said. So you're gonna have Eagles tickets, and you're gonna have to go to court with those Eagles tickets because there's gonna be a lot of.
Well, the dude, I didn't do nothing to the guy. The snakes took him out, not me. I just accidentally fell into him.
Man, this is a thought-provoking question. There's so many things. I mean, you could try different things. Like I'm trying wild things, but like I don't know. I think if those snakes want you, they're gonna get you. You know?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm gonna have nightmares, like I said, at night. I freeze up, dude. I can't even think.
Like when they and those are. I'm not trying to scare you, Moose, but those are big boys. Those snakes in that picture, and
they'll eat you.
When they go like that and they actually attack, like it's almost like it's like so much force. Like I can't picture three of them, like or two or three of them, like getting through that. Now, if the door is just unlocked and you're super quick, like Steve said, he's just gonna barrel rush the door. That's probably your best bet because you just you don't give them a chance to try to attack you. But I don't know. I don't know,
man. You know what? That's my kryptonite is snakes.
I think we might
have to watching. Yeah. Now you know. That's my one weakness.
I'm just gonna have to buy individual game tickets, Steve. That's what it's looking like. No season tickets.
I don't know though. That would be an interesting content. Trying to bust through there past snakes. It's kind of adventurous.
I'm gonna put that in an AI prompt. The moose I'm gonna take that picture Steve has and put you in it and just see what it comes out like.
Yeah, make me Indiana Jones. He didn't like snakes, but he went and got the Lost Ark. So did a little, like I said, a little gasoline, a little fire.
Indiana Moose, Raiders of the Lost Beer.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, the only other thing you could say at that point is maybe you get a Steve Irwin or some type of exotic animal trainer and just be like, listen, you take care of the snakes. I just need to get on the other side of this door.
Yeah, he'll want something in return now. What are you going to give me?
I'll give you a few tickets where you can go to the game. That's the deal.
Yeah, really.
Now a lot of things have been going on this offseason with the Eagles. Obviously, the replacement of Jeff Stalin was one of the crazy ones. Well, he had hopped on Nick Foles' podcast this week, and they were asking him about the rumor that was going around that he had that he was going to be involved with the organization in some way, and he's like, I have no idea. I haven't had any conversation with anyone about anything like that. So whoever put that rumor out there, it was substantiated this week on the on the Nick Foles podcast. And
fake news. You gotta love fake news, man.
Well, it's here to plenty in Philadelphia, especially when they're talking about our Eagles, right?
Well, AJ Brown is the biggest fakest news in the world because they won't stop talking about that. You saw Nick Sirianni's conference presser today, right?
I did see a presser today, but I didn't get a chance to tune in.
Well, of course, they're all asking him about AJ. You know, that's the only topic we got. And he said he's an Eagle. Well, of course you're going to say that. Because he is. Yeah. Like, I'm just sick of hearing about that. It's just something to talk about, to keep the shit relevant.
Along them lines, at this point in time, are you more irritated with how the media's covered the AJ Brown situation versus what we went through with the T.O. situation?
Oh, the T.O. situation was entertaining, man. Him working out in the parking in his driveway, and and that was pretty. When did that stuff happen? That happened during training camp, right? Or the beginning
of the 04. It was 04-05, yeah.
But what part of the
Super Bowl?
Well, like the 05, yeah. Like
so
was it in the summer? That
had to be 05, 06.
No, yeah, it was like when OTA should have been going on, and he was sent out of the facility.
That was entertaining, and we knew, this stuff here, because you got more social media now, and you got a lot of people that don't know what the hell they're talking about. So it's I kind of like, I don't want to hear about it. Just whatever at this point,
Also, like the TO thing was kind of the first, like not the first ever, like, but it was kind of like the first ever of its kind, like a diva situation with the receiver like that would go in with the shirt off in the driveway with all the reporters there and stuff. But like that,
let me ask you this way, because we all know what it was about, and what it really boiled down to, and all like that. If you could have settled it with giving him a contract extension like he asked for, knowing what the rest of his career looked like and everything like that, would you have given it to him and put it to bed immediately?
Exactly, absolutely.
I think I would have too. I mean, he was a super talented. He was the best receiver. He was the best receiver we've ever had.
He played in the Super Bowl after after being in the Darth Vader chamber for weeks.
Broke a leg pretty much.
9 weeks. 9 weeks after breaking his leg, he played in the Super Bowl.
And he played very well. 103 freaking yards, I think he had.
Yeah, if it wasn't for McNabb drinking the night before and being hungover, we should have won that game.
Yeah, Moose, I told you shouldn't have went out with him the night before, but you didn't listen to me.
I wouldn't go out with that dude.
Now we know it's all your fault, Moose. You ruined our
season. Usually everything is, dude. I accepted it.
No, but you're right, though. McNabb was throwing up in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, he was hungover.
Yeah. Didn't lose that Super Bowl because of T.O.
Listen, you couldn't have did that afterwards, after you won the Super Bowl.
Oh, he'd like to hit the bottle. From what I hear,
Yeah, but like it's all right to have a drink or two to just kind of loosen the nerves up and do whatever. But it's another thing to get hammered the night before the big game. Listen, I always got respect for Donnie. It's one of those things that just like, could you handle that one a little bit different? I think he could have.
Maybe he could. Maybe he was nervous.
Maybe him and Tiger Woods were acting like
have a drink or two to just kind of calm the nerves. Get feeling good, and then go back upstairs. Don't fucking sit there and get hammered to the point where you're so hungover, your body's sweating, you're puking, etc. because you're exerting.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, he did that at Syracuse too during a football game. He started throwing up.
Yeah, dude. Just take a bunch of melatonin gummies and just knock yourself out.
Yeah. Like I said, he should. Look, him and Tiger Woods, they shouldn't have been hanging out that night. Because I think that's what it was.
Tiger Woods, there you
go. Tiger Woods, man, he's
listen, we're not going down the. We're not going down the Tiger Woods.
I can have a lot of fun with that jabroni, man. You seen all the stuff?
Listen, all I gotta say is like this, man. He's had multiple run-ins at this point in time. As much money as that dude has, you don't have a driver at this point in time. What are you doing that you don't want to be out there? That you don't want your driver to know about either? Like, what are you doing at this point in time?
Apparently, he doesn't understand the concept of Uber and don't drink and drive, kids.
But here's the thing: he blew a .00. If he blew a .00, he wasn't drinking and driving.
Well,
now if there's another substance, that's a whole another argument. But again, that's what you get a driver for. You got enough money to.
Yeah, just don't get in a car with the dude, or you'll end up
And hell, dude, you could do a thing where you can hire a fan for a day and just be like, here, all you're getting is an autograph. Anything you see happen, here's an NDA, and I guarantee you he will have a line around the corner of people willing to do that.
Yeah, it's also weird.
He drives Tiger around for a day. I guarantee you he would have a market for that. That's how silly some of these celebrities are.
Yeah, really. Like, why is Tiger Woods driving himself anyway? Like, he's too like
they're not the brightest bunch sometimes. These guys don't think.
I mean, he's not like he's the only one or the first guy to do it. Like, dude,
no, there's plenty of them.
Get arrested again for a DUI. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. There's a lot of them out there that constantly do dumbass shit.
We were talking about it on the Fan in the End, dude. Freaking Myles Garrett's got 9 moving violations. 9 speeding tickets. Someone go
speed, I guess.
Track, please.
Hey, look,
the problem is they think they're above the law. Hey, I'm Myles Garrett.
It's not that you're above the law. You think that you're not going to get caught. Like you're that you have that much ego. You just like I know they out there. I know this is illegal, but they're not going to catch me, and they catch you.
Yeah.
So I think I don't think it's they think they're above the law. I really don't think it's that because I think they know that, especially Myles Garrett or somebody of that nature. They know. But it's like one of those things. It's like it's an ego thing at that point in time. It's a thing, whatever. But now we were talking about press conferences, right? So I don't know if you heard, BG is doing a press conference.
Yeah, I heard about this, and I'll tell you what. I was reading comments and stuff. It might be a little like everyone was saying he's going to come back this year, and he even said he's coming back. But
a few weeks ago, he said he was looking forward to winning another Super Bowl, in his final season. That was absolutely reported from multiple credited Philadelphia media members. But the fact that he is now doing a press conference, somebody get the tissues because you know what's about to happen. I think
he changed his mind.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a very, very formal way to just once again announce you're coming back this year if he's going to announce he's coming back with it, So
how many
times
I'm with Steve press conference when they announce they're coming back? Just answer that one.
Yeah, you know what? I love Brandon Graham, but come on, man. Every freaking year now, the last couple of years, I'm having a press conference, I'm coming back. I'm having one that I'm leaving. All right, I'm leaving, but I'll come back in October. Look. Make up your friggin' mind, and if you're playing, don't say nothing. We'll see you on the team next year. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, we won't know until 11:00 tomorrow. So
yeah, exactly. But that brings me to the other side of this question, right? Is that we already have soft retirements of different jersey numbers that are unofficially retired: 9, 12, 25, 55, 62, 70, 71, and 91. Is there a number in there that is mentioned that should also be added to that list? That isn't? Again, 9, 12, 25, 55, 62, 71, and 91. So
number 7, Jaworski, Vic wore it. Who else wore that? Probably some scrubs wore it.
The last one to wear it was Hassan Reddick that I remember.
No. So I only go for Jaws because Jaws.
I know you were just throwing hate around at Donnie, but 5 should be on there too.
I agree with you. I agree, even though he
that's the reason why I brought that up. I think as much as we disliked that a lot of things that Donnie did, man.
I agree.
I mean, you got Randall on there. That's a soft retirement. You can't use 12. I think Donnie should be on there too. If you're going to put 9 on there for Nick Foles, who basically had 2.5 good seasons here in Philadelphia. 2.5.
Yeah, Jim McMahon wore that number too, didn't he? And Rodney Pete wore that number.
Rodney Pete wore 9, exactly. So it's like and it goes into another conversation because when you're in one of these teams or one of these organizations, you have these many retired numbers. Like you have to keep them retired, so it's like it's hard for some of these guys to be able to kind of pick numbers and stuff like that. And
they're gonna run out of numbers.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen. We were talking on the Fan in the End a few weeks ago that Matt Liner's been approached multiple times over the years to unretire his jersey at USC to allow some type of 5-star recruit to come in and wear his jersey number, and he's declined every time.
How about
Especially that? He was asked about this on a podcast, and he was like, at this point in time, the way that these kids transfer around and move around, he's like, why would I even consider letting anybody wear that jersey?
Yeah, some guys are like, yeah.
It's like the same thing. Like when Abdul Carter was coming in last year, he was trying to get LT numbers unretired. He was trying to get Phil Simms numbers unretired. Like, listen. Like you got to establish yourself with some type of cachet before you can ask somebody to wear their number.
Yeah.
Well, money talks.
Yeah.
People don't even remember that. Shady's first year, he wore 29. He didn't wear 25 his whole career. He wore 29.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And Brandon Graham was number 54 his first year.
To get to some of those numbers, and it's hard.
54 is Trott's number. Does anybody wear 54 now? There's
his son.
Yeah. Oh, his son. Yeah, duh. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Hey, I got a number for Eagles retire. What about 86? Zach Ertz.
Nope.
No. Doesn't do it for you? No. What about number 2? Number 2 is David Akers and Slay.
His numbers, he's going to be in Hall of Famer. Let's be real about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't retire. I wouldn't take 86 out of there yet.
I wouldn't do it until he's getting closer to being elected Hall of Famer, retired, etc. But I think that's another inevitable one. But like I said, then you're making it really hard on some of these guys who play those skill positions.
Well, let me throw this one at you. Not even for early Slay, but 2 for more so David Akers.
Yeah, Akers. Yeah, 2 for Akers. I relate 2 with Akers more than Slay.
Yeah, but you could use it for both, kind of. But Akers.
Yeah, I would go number 2. Go for Akers. Go for David Akers.
Well, yeah, Akers. He's more of a legend for Eagles.
I'm with Moose there. I refer to David Akers more than Darius Slay, and it's not anything again. Like we'd already talked about how much he had ingrained himself in Philadelphia. He's going to sign a 1-day contract and retire a Philadelphia Eagle. Like I get all that, I do. So it's
Akers got it first.
Interesting conversation, the number retirement thing, right?
Yeah.
And speaking of interesting conversations, we got something we got to address. Justin, me and you kind of briefly touched on this beforehand. We were just talking about the tight end position. So this became news last week, and I do not freaking get why people were upset about it, why it was big news and all that. But we're gonna have to dive into it anyway. So for people who are living under a rock, I don't know if you've seen, but our boy Hollis Thomas the Tank is now dating former wife of Brent Selleck, right?
Susie.
And I met Susie when I was on the set of Fight Valley. She's an awesome person. Love her energy. I know people don't like her because of X, Y, and Z. People also don't remember that her and Brent were estranged for well over 10 years.
Yeah, he has a girlfriend. Yeah, Brent has a girlfriend. So it was a big deal.
And this is not new news that her and Brent are separated. The last wing bowl that they ever did, she's running around in a Zach Ertz jersey just to basically middle finger her ex-husband. So we already knew like this thing was coming, and then people are sitting there like, oh well, this is breaking guy code, and like first and foremost, Hollis Thomas and Brent Selleck weren't freaking teammates. First and foremost, there's no guy broken here.
They weren't teammates.
If Susie and freaking Hollis are freaking happy dating each other at this point,
who cares?
And etc. Be happy for them. Anyone sitting there crying, Craig Carden and freaking
them guys.
The little co-host that used to be from Philly, sitting there having a crying match over the fact that Hollis is dating Susie. Who the frick cares? Let them be happy, man. It is utterly like I get.
They're just trying to get ratings up there because they suck.
Stuff in the entertainment side of things and stuff like that. The fact that people basically intruding themselves into their relationship. This is why people wait so long to be Instagram official or Facebook official. It's because of stuff like this.
Yeah, it's nobody's business, man.
It really
You
is.
know, nobody has any right to judge. Look, dude.
Go on this one, Moose, because I was just going off on a tangent there. But I mean, I really like this thing gets in my craw, man, because
I know it's irritating.
Nobody's business.
It's nobody's fucking business. Number one. Excuse my French. I know we're live, and I know the kids are watching. But the thing is, it's nobody's business. Who cares? They're not doing anything dirty. Okay, Brent Selleck and his wife haven't been together in years. He has a girlfriend. I don't think he gives a crap, to be honest with you. So it's people looking for a cheap shot, a cheap story. Them guys up in New York, I don't like them clowns anyway. Talk radio on the regular is going downhill, man. They're losing money. They're all about the shock value now. They all want to be Howard Stern. It's screw the New York guy, them guys up there. I see him go off, and it's all what's it called? Shock value. It's for shock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares if they're dating? Good for them. Hollis is a cool dude. Let him be happy. Who cares? Nobody's business.
Yeah. I agree with y'all. Who cares? And really, you can't be mad at Brennan. Can't be mad at Hollis. I mean, if anybody, I'm not saying be mad at her, but the girl's the one that chose both of them. So I mean, she's the the middle person in all of this. So
it's none of my personally. It's none of my freaking business.
Yeah, it's not. I'm happy for them. And listen, what Steve said, they weren't teammates. This wasn't like your best friend on the current team stealing your boy, taking your boy's girl or nothing like that. So yeah, I mean, and it's just I think the media is making it such a big story is just because they're both Eagle players that play for the Eagles, and happens to be somebody.
The media has nothing else to do.
Yeah,
they're losing money. They're losing money.
They need their story. They need their clicks. And I'll say, I'll go even further like this. I wouldn't care if they were doing OnlyFans content. It's still none of our business. It's still none of our business.
These shows are losing friggin' money. All they do is yell and scream and make up shit instead of reporting the facts and having a healthy debate. They just want to. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. I hope they all go out of business. How's that? I pray to God Almighty, go out of business because you guys suck.
Because how bad this is why I got into doing this is because of how bad it's been on your normal sports talk radio. It's not something that's just been happening over the past 5 years, the past 10 years. It's been 20 years or more. It's bad. It's really bad. And dude, the days of I mean, I'm sure Moose, you remember Diego and Q102. That's when radio was peak.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Now it's
Philadelphia. That's when radio was peak. And even more more so, I know I don't care for either one of them, but when Angelo and the King, because I'm not gonna say his freaking name, were at their peak, that's when sports radio was what it was. And I know they go on their little crybaby media tour because they're not happy with who's there, but they're the old men now, and you get phased out at some point in time. That's a natural part of things. I can get not liking it, but going on a freaking boo-hoo cry me tour is a whole nother thing. Howard Eskin's a joke to me for other reasons. As a reporter, as an actual he's had so many run-ins with so many different people. The fact that Charlie Manuel wanted to strangle him
that was the funniest thing. That was hilarious.
I need to know about Howard Eskin. At one point in time, he was the best. He was the quote-unquote king. He was, but he's lost his way. He's done. He is dead to me. But I get where he's coming from because he's not – him and Angelo and their statements are not 100% wrong.
Well, the legacy lives on with Spike Eskin, so there's that.
Jesus Christ, he's 1,000 times worse than his dad ever was.
Spike should be on MMR doing music.
Yo, he got mad at me. I'll tell you a crazy story about him.
I agree with that.
He got mad at me.
Spike. All love the Spike. All love the Spike. But you should be. And he started out on WYSP when it was rock, classic rock.
Yeah. Well, he
They
was.
should be doing President Steve and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. So, and no offense, but
It's
like
not
I
like
said,
the fans.
I'm more of
The
Anthony
fans are
Gargano. I'm
there.
a Cuz guy, Cuz, Steve Frederick, Scott bless his soul when he was on. Um, the Prof, the Prof,
Yeah.
Glenn Mack now, Ray Didinger, all these guys are retired now, and it's just the radio it's changed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of them retired because they didn't feel like the company didn't feel like paying them what they were worth, and I don't blame them.
Well, right.
Away from
Now
that.
they're losing money. That Odyssey, they're losing money. The WIP's losing money. They're all losing money.
All right.
But,
So one last thing, last little thing on my list that has really gotten me pissed off. All right.
please talk Sixers. Oh, sorry.
And it's not Sixers, it's the Eagles.
Damn.
They have hit a spot with me that there's a thing like that is kind of when you trying to sell like an experience to fans, right?
Oh, I know where you're going.
You've seen this, Moose, right? So
I
they
know
go
where you're going.
stadium tours, right? And they've been putting it out on social media and stuff like that. That April 10th they're going to be doing a stadium tour with the Q&A that's attached to Jalen Hurts. Problem is that they're pricing people the frick out of it. General admission for it is $300. The VIP was sold out almost immediately, and that was $400. Do you know how much a stadium tour normally costs? I'm gonna tell you, it's $10.
We used to do them for free back in the day. My wife and daughter did.
They were free. I remember that.
Yeah. My wife and daughter did a breast cancer thing, and
my thing is like I get it. Jalen's attached to it. He's the biggest star. He's the biggest, if not the biggest star in Philadelphia. But pricing that out, what happens with like these kids that actually want to go and meet Jalen? And it was like, oh, if you want to do that, your mom or dad's gonna have to cough up $300, and then because that your mom and dad it's $600 because mom or dad has to go with you.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pricing families out of these type of things, and it's just making it impossible for the kids that actually really do love these players and love these sports to be able to enjoy it. I seen it, and the first thing I did, I laughed. I'm like, $300? What?
Well, hey.
And I did come across a guy, like, when I made my post, and I was basically, it's a cash grab, and it's basically what it is, right?
Yeah.
So I came across a fan from Arizona and was like, he's like, no disrespect. He's like, I'm from Arizona. I'm not from Philadelphia. I'm an Eagles fan. If I seen that and I was coming to Philadelphia, I would pay that. And I'm like, I get it from where you're coming from because it's not a normal thing. You're not always going to be in Philadelphia. Arizona's your hometown. That's where you live. That's where you are all the time. You don't get to catch Eagles games a lot. I get that for you wanting to be able to pay for that experience. I get that. But as I was sitting there saying to the Justin, even if you got the VIP, there's no guarantee for an autograph. There's no guarantee for a photo. It's a Q&A. It's a Q&A, people. It's not an autograph session. So it's like
Justin
spend all this money for an experience that, I mean, I get it, but that is just way, way, way beyond what it should be. I'm gonna start off with Justin on this because listen, you were just at a signing with Jaromir Jagr, who's a surefire Hall of Famer, an NHL legend. He's only played here 1 year, and he packed freaking Dynasty Sports like there was nobody, like it was nobody's business. He played here 1 year. He was a Pittsburgh Penguin for the better part of his life, who was one of our top rivals in hockey.
Yeah. Yeah, really. It's like a Cowboys legend coming playing for the Eagles for 1 year, playing pretty well, and then we go pack out Dynasty Sports to go see him. Pretty much. But yeah, I mean, to mention that. Yeah, well, yeah, the Yager signing was amazing, but yeah, I mean, just to get to your point, Steve. I mean, look, man, there's an old quote: "Don't hate the player, hate the game." Right? And I agree with you. They're pricing families out of this. This sucks and all that. But here's the thing: people are paying it. And it's like if you're the Eagles and like you're Jalen Hurts' camp and stuff, like I'm not saying this is Jalen Hurts' decision. I mean, if he has an agent and they sign contracts for him half the time. But it's like if you're the Eagles, it's like, man, if people are paying this price, it's like, why don't we do, man, unlimited tickets for $1,000 and look how much money we'll make. I know it's greed and all that stuff, but it's like, don't hate the player, hate the game. I mean, you set whatever price you want and people put the name Jalen Hurts attached to it, people are gonna pay it, I guess. So I don't know, man. I mean, It's it's so much money. I mean, I know you get the tour. I know it's Jalen Hurts. I get all that, but it is a lot. And I think me and Steve were talking pre-show. It seems like Jalen Hurts' going rate for like things is like $400 at the Philly show. He signed for that much, so that sold out as well when he did that. And I guess also they're thinking like, because I'm thinking to myself like, when have you ever had a public opportunity to get a picture with like, I mean. They do events. I'm saying, like, in my recent history, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know any public opportunities where you go meet Jalen Hurts, like, and get a picture with him. So, like,
The
That's what I
last few
could.
years he's done closed signings. He's done like
yeah,
mail-ins.
I bet you I could weasel my way.
I was at the last public signing that he did, and I paid $150 for my son to get his jersey signed.
nuts.
The asking for
Now
just
since then, he
him
said he
now
won the Super Bowl, right? So.
It's almost tripled. Obviously, he's been
Right.
to 2 Super Bowls since then. He's a Super Bowl. I get it. I do.
Yeah.
But like this is the worst type of it'd be different if you were promising them photos, if you're promising them order. I would get it then. It would, it all balances out at that point in time. He's doing a Q&A, he's doing the sign, he's doing pictures, etc. Then it all makes sense. But when you don't even put that in there, that is an opportunity that you're going to be able to have, it's a cash grab. Moose, your thoughts on this?
Okay, so me and Justin talked on the phone a bit earlier today, and he mentioned this. Now, I don't pay to see anybody unless I'm going to a freaking show to see a comedian or any type of entertainment.
Yeah.
But to just go on a tour to maybe ask a dude a question, I'm not paying $400 freaking dollars because I got bills. I got things that need to be fixed. I got to feed my stomach. Okay. So the bottom line is you got to be insane. Hey, if you want, you got the money. If you're that hard up to see Jalen Hurts, I really don't give a crap because I find ways to see people without paying a dime. Justin, you were there, if you recall. I know Deshaun Jackson has a moose sticker. So
yeah, Deshaun Jackson was celebrity bartending at the Chesapeake Inn, and as he was walking out to go to his meet and greet table, pretty sure I have this on film too. Moose, you go up to Deshaun Jackson and hand him your sticker, and he said thank you.
Yeah. I talked to him, shook his hand, and introduced myself, and said, "This is who I am. Here's a sticker, brother." And we had a nice day, man. You're awesome, boom, 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 and that was it. I'm not fanboying nobody. Okay. I dig the players. You play for our team. I respect you. I'm blessed enough to know plenty of former players, and they know me, as you know. And they're just regular people, man. If you're a dickhead, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I don't care if you're an Eagle or not. If you're personally a dickhead, you can hit the road, Jack. You know what I mean? All right, these are just people, dude, to get paid lots of money to play a sport that we like. Okay, that's like saying, here's a great plumber. He's a famous plumber. $400 to go to his shop and walk around, and you might be able to ask him a question. You know what I mean, dude? The firemen and the police and the military, that's who should be getting $400 to go freaking meet.
Yeah, really.
Not somebody that plays a kid's sport. And like I said, don't hate the player, hate the game. Well, the people that run this shit, it's a money grab, and the problem is people drink the Kool-Aid and the fruit punch, and they'll do it. They get all googly gaga like they're the next coming to Jesus Christ. Okay. So yeah, this kind of shit pisses me off. And I don't care who likes what I'm saying and who doesn't care. I don't care.
Listen, that's why we have this thing, and that's why we have real conversations. We're not gonna puff up our hometown teams. When they do wrong, we're gonna call you out on it.
Yeah, exactly. 110%. I have no problem. Like with the Sixers right now. We know how I feel about them. They suck. Okay. And I want the owner. I'm going on a tangent now. This money grab.
I don't blame you. Joshua Harris needs to go. He needs to go. And not just because he's a terrible owner of the Sixers. He's named in the Epstein files. Why are we allowing this man to still continue to own?
Yeah.
Either one of them at this point in time. He should be bought out of both of them.
Exactly. Yeah. And I don't care what he does with the Redskins. He can have that all to himself. He can do whatever the hell he wants to do with that dump down there. The bottom line is, okay, the Phillies also pissed me off because of the Harry Kay situation. I know money's money, it's a business and shit, but you're getting rid of history.
Energy tech.
You know the clock from Connie Mack Stadium that's in the outfield? And from what I hear, after the All-Star game, The Phillies are removing it.
They're removing Connie Mack too.
I don't know. They're removing the clock that's up there and you know what? They make me sick. And then the money they charge you for tickets. You know, we're not all billionaires, man. I know there's people out there. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. I really don't care how they do it. Okay, I remember people ripping me for not. Hey, Moose never goes into games. Well, dude, I can't freaking afford it because I got a real life. I got real bills, dude. I got a mortgage. I fucking at the time sent my son to a Catholic school. It's worth it. Let me tell you, that's more worth than going to see Jalen Hurts for $400 freaking dollars.
Yeah, it is crazy, and and I went to that Philly show, and there was like some athletes that I wanted to meet, and I didn't even within my budget. I was like, I'm not. It's insane, man. Like what some people charge for a photo and for an autograph, dude. It's just
I already
insane.
said charging for a photo is absolutely ridiculous.
Absolutely. It is.
Ridiculous. And
Yeah,
here's my caveat to that. My caveat: if you're paying to print out the photo and give it to them right then and there, I'm all for it. I understand that. But if you're just taking a selfie with your own camera from your phone, hit the freaking bricks with that nonsense.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts on charging for it. And it was
right.
one of those things like, as we're talking about this, you realize you can get an Allen Iverson autograph on a premium item, a jersey, right? For $179.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Someone like Allen Iverson for that, who's a Hall of Famer. He's an all-time six. He may not be a championship and all that other stuff like that. But if he's under $200, how is Jalen Hurts as much as he is?
Because because he's the Johnny-come-lately quarterback who is successful and's been to 2 Super Bowls, almost won 2. Get it.
He's earned a lot of that. Let's be honest.
No, I'm not ripping him. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is
all that. Like he's earned part of that, but there has to be a cap to it to allow families to be able to take their kids to some of this stuff.
Right. And I'm not ripping Jalen at all.
Who has deep just say it's a freaking VIP event.
Yeah, invite the rich people. You know, invite the suits and ties who really probably don't give a shit about the game like we do and break it down like we do. You know, they're looking at the Benjamin Franklins. You know. Yeah, it's just you know what I this is why I don't want to go to a game. Somebody can hand me $800 and I won't go to a game because I'm not giving them my friggin' money.
Yeah, I'll blame you, dude. I really don't.
I might turn into the anti-fan and just be a jerk off to all these teams because the business wise they all piss me off in some way except the Flyers. I mean, because they're just irrelevant right now.
They got the big win.
That way, because remember what the Flyers Live Carnival used to really be, and it's not the same way anymore because it's about this. It's about the money.
Yeah.
And even the Eagles, like, all right, do y'all remember how easy it was to be able to get Eagles autographs about 20 years ago? It was really easy. Now it's almost impossible. You have to pay for this. You have to pay for that. You have to pay for this. You have to pay for that.
Westchester training camp when the Eagles were up there as a kid. I have a football sign with Byron Evans. I mean, you name it. I got Randall.
Even when they brought it to Lincoln Financial Field, there was something they used to do where you could go to this player, that player, this player, that player, right?
Right.
All you had to do was to pay to get in, and what was some nonsense fee. They took that all away, and then they're like, okay, well, here's the open practice, and you have to pay $10, and this goes to the Autism Foundation.
Yeah.
That was their answer to it. That's not an answer. That's not
the Eagles.
And then you still have these things where you sell the VIP access for some people to be able to go down there on the sideline that not everyone has an opportunity to get to because they sell out like that.
Yeah, it's just gives me heartburn talking about this shit sometimes. I love these teams, and
we do love our teams, but like I said, we see BS, we call BS. This is a real talk show. It's not we're not throwing up lob balls for teams to just hit home runs all day long. That's not what we are. That's not the type of people that we are. We see BS, we call BS, and that's just how I'm always going to be. Listen, I'm not here to to fluff your balls, so to speak. That's not
Right,
who we
right.
are. So
Exactly. And look, I keep it real, man. Like I said, as we know, a lot of people may not like me because they don't like hearing the truth. Truth hurts. But
Moose, as I
hey,
already told you, man, flip them the double birds and do you, brother.
hey, if you don't like what I gotta say, change the channel, go get a dog, go get some ice cream, go walk in the park. I don't freaking care what you do. I'm doing me.
Go get that
Um,
Schwarber ice cream in the helmet, whatever it
Go
is.
get that shortbread ice cream. Eat. I could probably eat 5 or 10 of them. You
Oh yeah.
know,
All right,
that's
as
what.
we closing this one up, as always, we're going to get into a little bit of what everyone's doing. I got 2 fun interviews lined up for this week. Sunday, I'm going to be joined by David Potter. He's a media member. He's a writer. He's an entrepreneur, and he's also going to go is a fighter. He's actually going to be on one of the upcoming bare knuckle cards that's coming to New Jersey over at the Prudential Center. He also wrote an expose on a basic scumbag that has been in the combat sports community and finally was able to get enough information to call this dude out. So he's going to be on Sunday. Wednesday on the Fan in the End, I'm going to be talking to I believe it's George Viscar. He's a Viscar. He played with the 49ers and the Jets in the 80s.
That name sounds familiar.
He played with the Jets in 80 and 81. He was on the 49er team that won the Super Bowl. After that, he had retired. He's had multiple brain surgeries. He's a TBI CTE advocate. He's one of these guys that worked a lot with Dr. Beninomalu. Basically, he's also an author who's written some books about facing giants, about talking about how they went to change how the NFL looked at head injuries. So I think that's going to be a really fun interview this week. I'm actually working on a few more. As we're going to go around the horn here, Justin, what you got going on this week, brother?
Well, tomorrow in Exton, Pennsylvania, thanks to Justin Brown and JB Sports Ventures, I'll be at a golf course. I forget the name of the course. I don't want to butcher the name, with Coach Dick Vermeil. Well, Coach Vermeil, he was the legendary, or maybe not so legendary, he didn't win a championship for us, but old coach of the Eagles, won a Super Bowl.
Still legend.
Still a legend.
Still legend.
Won a Super Bowl, I believe, with the Rams. And he was played in the movie Invincible. I mean, he's a legendary coach in the terms of the NFL. So I'm blessed to be able to, I've never met him before, be there tomorrow, April 10th, Parksburg Point, another Justin Brown event. We're bringing in Andrew Makuba, current safety on the Eagles, in for the day at the Parksburg Point. We brought Kenny Yeboah in a few months ago, Detroit Lions tight end. So we got Makuba for this one. It's going to be an awesome time. April 19th, Monty G's birthday bash. I know that's going to be a great time doing a live show there. And then April 20th, at the World Trade Center organization event down in downtown Philly, I'll be with the legendary Julius Dr. J. Irving. So that's what I got coming up, fellas.
What about you, Moose?
Well, I'm not as busy as Justin, besides going to work tomorrow.
I got work in between all those days, Moose.
I know, Justin. You're a horse, dude. You're a machine, dude. I don't know how you do it. Of course, if I was 20, I could do it too. Anyway, what do I got coming up? April 11th, Saturday, April 11th, Hunt's Annex in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. It's a Darren Dalton Foundation event. They are having a wing eating contest. So I'll be nailing down some wings. I don't know if there's going to be some former Phillies there or not. I really don't know. I think that event starts at 1 o'clock. So if you're in the area, come on out. Thursday, April, I think 16th from 5:30 to 9. Hopefully I got that date right. The 302 Birds, who are a podcast out of the good old state of Delaware, where I'm at, are having their Eagles Autism fundraising event at Klondike Kate's on Main Street in Newark, Delaware, down at the University of Delaware campus. It's a celebrity bartending event, and I will be at that. Justin, I believe you'll be there too.
Oh yeah, I forgot to. I just found out about that today. That's why I just. Yes, I will
So
be
did,
at that.
so did
Yes.
I. So did I.
So we'll
So
both be there. Yeah.
correct. And then, of course, Sunday, a couple of days later, Sunday, April 19th, Monty G's birthday tailgate party, shing ding down at the parking lots right before the Phillies game. I believe that's from 11 to 6. Then the
Yep.
Phillies play that night. And we'll be, like Justin said, we'll be doing our Inside the Eagles Bake and Shake Worldwide show from there. And I believe uh, certain folks, I think what Topher's coming down.
Matt and
Matt
Topher said
from
they're gonna come
Boston,
down. Yeah.
yeah, they're coming down. So we'll be there. We will be there. I will be there. Justin will be there. Let me repeat, I will be there. Um, and it's going to be a good time. We're there for Monty G to celebrate. Monty G, if you don't know who he is a superstar in the city of Philadelphia. He's a big in time hype guy. He's a great rapper. He's legendary. So I believe up to this date, that's all I got going on for now.
And just a little update: 5-0. Nationals are on top of the Phillies.
Well,
You got to be
you
kidding
know
me.
what? Let me tell you something. I they can't win without hitting home runs. Okay, and we knew this going into the season, and they did nothing about it. The pitching can't carry it. Pitching's good, but you can't win. You're not going to win 1-0 games.
Oh
You
boy.
know, you got to score freaking runs. And look, I know it's only the fourth game and it's March 30th,
Steve, I mean,
but
Moose, we started the show saying it was only the third game. Now we're saying it's only the fourth game. I
it's
mean,
the fourth
I know
game.
it's
Well,
only
it's in the
four.
process of the fourth game being played.
Well, it is, but it's just it's not a good sign.
No, it's not.
I
Now
already
look,
said
it's
it when they had
baseball.
as many guys they had playing in the Winter Classic this year that it was going to be a problem, and it's starting to
It
show. I
always is.
already said I don't want to blame it specifically on it, but when you pull guys out of training camp and they're not around the team and all that other stuff, and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, it shows, and it showed the last few times you've had multiple guys in
Yeah.
the Classic. I get
Yes,
it. I
Steve.
get it. You want to play for your team, but you
Yeah,
have a
you're
job
right, Steve.
first and foremost, and
Yeah, I agree with that. But the problem is we're seeing the same run it back, run it back. Sounds like the Sixers. Run it back, plug in a guy from a nursing home. I mean, ay, 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 you know. But we'll sit here and we'll stick to it till we get a
channeling his
nervous
little Alpha
breakdown. That's
5
all,
there.
Phew, my God. Oh, I forgot one more thing.
What's that?
Speaking of a real champion, I got to say something about this stuff. This is El Wingador Champions Blend Sauce. If you don't know who El Wingador is, we used to have what was called the Philadelphia Wing Bowl. It was like a Mardi Gras big wing eating contest brought around professional leaders like Joey Chestnut, Miley Schuyler. Well, Bill was out of New Jersey, and El Wingador, he won it 5 times. He's the only one to win this 5 times, wing eating contest. So he came out with his own sauce. This was done it was a laboratory, checked it out. They fine-tuned it. This thing goes on anything, and I recommend you getting one. Wingador.com is where you can find it. You won't, you'll thank me. It goes on everything. So there's a cheap plug, cheap pop for Bill El Wingador Simmons, El Wingador Champions Blend
He's your
Sauce.
boy, right? You and him are boys, Moose, right?
That's my boy. He's my mentor. He talks me off the cliff when I'm having a situation. He's been through it all, man. He's experienced in what we do, and he's family. He's my older brother. You know what I mean?
And before I let it go, I did see this in the chat room. The guy was what I wanted to show him is that the KTFO used to be a sponsor for the MMA fighters back when before the UFC blew back up. The company was recently bought out, got a lot of stuff going. They got some hats. I wound up winning a giveaway. So Unraveling Minecraft 0.01, if you want to go head over to KTFO. It's actually a pretty cool hat. So want to show some love there. So another cheap plug there at the end. But other than that, another fun episode of J&S Philly Sports Stop.
Thanks for having me.
South Florida Tribune. Guys, make sure you guys, if you haven't already subscribed, the QR code is right there. South Florida Tribune. Make the YouTube channel. We are getting closer to the 2K subscribers. Are already halfway on the road to 2 million views on the channel. Going to continue to grow here with the South Florida Tribune. Other than that, guys, another fun episode in the book.
Thank you.
That's Justin. That's Moose. This was another episode of J&S Philly Sports Stop. We'll catch you guys on the rebound. Peace out, my friends.
Subscribe now.